A lot of people have weekend plans. David, how is the weather going to be?
I think we're going to get in a fair bit of dry time out there, but we're certainly talking about more rain chances here over the next 24 hours. Saw a pretty good dose of rain last night for many of us, not for everyone, but we saw some pretty good downpours across central and southern Iowa especially. These are just some of the rainfall totals here across the state. Creston coming in with over 2 inches of rainfall. We got close to 1.5 inches here in Des Moines. That's out at the airport. Kind of a similar number there in Ames, Marshalltown, about 1.5 inches. Again, these are the rain gauges out at the airports. What you got in your backyard, probably a little different. Here's a few of those numbers. Van Meter showing almost 4 inches of rainfall last night. Story City about 3.5. Adel just shy of 3 inches. Ames about 2.5. That's again not at the airport. Marshalltown a little over 2 inches. Waukee a little over 2 inches. Urbandale a little over 1.5 inches. Ankeny about 1.5 inches. And then you can see the airport coming in there just shy of 1.5 inches of rainfall. We could see more heavy rainfall here as we head into the evening and the overnight. It does look like it's going to mainly focus across southern Iowa this time around. So north of I-80, probably not going to see a whole lot of rainfall with this next round. Most of the afternoon looking dry. You can see here through 9 o'clock, we're just beginning to see if some thunderstorm activity beginning to develop here across southern and southwestern Iowa. It does increase in coverage here through 10 o'clock, but notice how it's really focusing along and south of about Highway 34. Some of those storms try to work their way up into the metro, but you notice it really struggles to get as far north as I-80. But where these storms form, yeah, some heavy rainfall certainly likely. Maybe another 2 or 3 inches of rain with these storms as they roll on by. And there could be a couple of isolated stronger storms with maybe some small hail or some gusty winds, but not overly concerned about the severe weather potential with these. It's just that heavy rainfall potential, especially in areas that saw the heavy rain last night. Could be looking at some more potential for some minor flooding. Now Saturday does look a little bit drier. I think the morning starts off dry. Could have an isolated storm in the afternoon, so we'll have to watch that. Sunday though, rain chances will be on the increase as the day goes on. So maybe best to plan some indoor activities here for Sunday, and then things really do start to heat up as we head into next week. Highs climb back into the upper 80s, maybe some 90s mixed in here by the time we get to Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So yeah, starting to get a little dose of summer here over the coming 8 days. For the rest of the afternoon, cloudy now. We'll see a little more sunshine later here this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 80s and quite humid out there, but I think the majority of the afternoon into the early evening is going to be dry. You can see there's not much going on across the state right now. Little thunderstorm activity back here across Nebraska. We'll watch that, but it will be several hours before that's anywhere close to the metro. Right now we're sitting at 77 degrees with dew points in the mid and upper 60s, so it definitely feels humid out there. You notice that immediately when you step outside, and that's probably not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. A lot of 70s across the state right now, so not too hot at the moment. 75 in Ames, 76 in Perry. But again, as we get a little more sunshine later this afternoon, boosts our temperatures back up into the 80s, and then we'll watch for this line of storms developing here across southern Iowa late this evening into the overnight, and that's where we could see more of that heavy rainfall. Not everybody's seeing it, but where those storms form, again, another 1 to 3 inches of rain not out of the question. So we could look at another chance for some localized flooding here tonight into tomorrow morning across southern Iowa. Drier tomorrow, a high of 85, an isolated afternoon storm. Better rain chances on Sunday into Monday, and then we start to really heat things up as we head back into next week.